Welcome from Eastern Star Cricket Ground for the final of Salam Takaful presents 64 Challengers Corporate Cup Final powered by Khelo Cricket. I've got both the captains alongside me, Mohammad Wasim of Team Mizan Bank Green and Mr. Tahir of Ibex Knights, and we are all set for the toss. Heads is a call from Mohammad Wasim and it has come down as tails. So Ibex Knights captain have won the toss. Tahir भाई क्या करना चाहेंगे पहले?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हम बॉलिंग करेंगे और उसके बहुत सारी रीज़न्स हैं जो कि इंशाल्लाह मैच के बाद बताएंगे आपको।
अगर हम सेमीफाइनल की बात करें तो उसमें भी आपने पहले बैटिंग करके टारगेट दिया था और उसको डिफेंड भी आसानी से कर लिया था। कंसिडरिंग दैट इट्स अ फाइनल, इट्स अ प्रेशर कुकर गेम, डू यू थिंक यू विल बी एबल टू चेज द टारगेट डाउन इन सेकंड इनिंग्स?
अच्छा, कुछ लेगेसी डाटा पे हमने थोड़ा सा वर्क किया, इनसाइट्स पे वर्क किया और हमने देखा है कि हमारी जो परफॉर्मेंस जिस टीम के ख़िलाफ़ जो हमारी स्ट्रेंथ होती है हम उसके हिसाब से जाते हैं। तो वी डिसाइडेड टुडे कि वी बॉल फर्स्ट, तो हमने ये डिसीजन लिया और लास्ट मैच में वी प्लान्ड कि हम अगेंस्ट बैंक इस्लामी जो है वो नेरेटिव हमारा डिफरेंट था, तो हमने वैसे ही एग्जीक्यूट किया। आज डिफरेंट प्लान है।
चलिए ताहिर भाई, ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द फाइनल।
थैंक यू।
वसीम भाई, टॉकिंग अबाउट योर साइड इफ यू वांट टू टॉस।
अगर हम टॉस जीते तो हम बैटिंग ही करते हैं। सब हमने प्लान किया था कि हम बैटिंग पे जाते हैं, तो शुक्र है कि मैच टॉस हम हार गए लेकिन उन्होंने बैटिंग ही दे दी। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर स्ट्रेटेजी वो प्लान यही था।
अगर हम मीज़ान बैंक की बात करें, पिछले इसी टूर्नामेंट में जब आप पहले जब आपस में आपने सामने खेले थे तो यू वर द विक्टोरियस साइड, और मीज़ान बैंक की बात करें तो दे हैव अ वेरी गुड ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड ऑफ द फाइनल्स ऑफ द चैलेंजर्स कॉर्पोरेट कप हिस्ट्री। तो डू यू थिंक यू विल बी एबल टू सेट अप अ गुड टारगेट ऑन द बोर्ड?
इंशाल्लाह प्लान तो हमने यही किया है कि 190 और बिटवीन 200 के दरमियान टारगेट बनाए जाए और फिर इनको टफ टाइम देंगे। तो उम्मीद यही है कि हम कर लेंगे इंशाल्लाह। बॉलिंग हमारी स्ट्रांग है तो टफ टाइम देंगे इंशाल्लाह।
All the best for Wasim Bhai for the final. So that's the news from the center that the Ibex Knights have won the toss and they have decided to ball first in this final of the 64th Challengers Corporate Cup powered by Khelo Cricket. I would request both the teams if they can come here for Green squad and Ibex Knight squad, if you can come here and stand alongside us for the national anthem before the final. से हैंड शेक करते हुए डगआउट की तरफ। यार हाथ शेक, हैंड शेक करते हुए। Both the sides shaking their hands just before the side of this all-important final of the 64th Challengers Corporate Cup powered by Kalo Cricket. Slight reminder that Ibex Knights have won the toss and they have decided to bowl first. And Mizan Bank would have elected to bat first as well if they had won the toss. So it's going to be a cracker of a competition because both the sides getting what they wanted. tonight who are bowling first in this final of the 64 Challengers Corporate Cup. Shakir and Ahmed Beg have come out to open the batting for Mizan Bank Green, and it's going to be another wide outside the off stump. Nicely driven straight down the ground. In fact, it's on the offside. It's going to be cut off by the fielder at extra cover. It's going to be really interesting to see whether there is some swing on offer. Once again, it's full. It's driven on the offside. Straight to the fielder. Sharp single. यार आवाज बिल्कुल बेहतरीन की है ना ज़्यादा शोर ना कुछ हाँ ऐसा लग another single taken. Playing it with soft hands on the offside. There are three fielders standing inside the inner ring on the offside. In fact, four fielders, one at backward of point, one at cover, one at extra cover, and mid off. And if you talk about the two fielders outside the 30-yard circle, one at deep square leg and one at long on. Nicely pulled away on the leg side and beautifully fielded. There was almost a mix-up between the two batters on the middle of the crease there, but luckily there wasn't any run out. Strong breeze flowing across the ground, so the batter will be looking to hit on the outside to hit the ball with the wind. If you can see on the screen, the wind is flowing from your right to your left. Playing it fine. The ball goes straight to the fielder at short third man. The throw is at the bowler's end. The bowler couldn't collect it, and they might collect an extra run on the overthrow. Lazy effort this from the bowler himself. Should have collected the ball, but in the end just took it too casually and gifted another extra run. So Shoaib is back on strike. We haven't seen any boundaries so far. Pulled away nicely into the gap, but there is protection out there. The ball goes straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket. Another single taken. Decent tight bowling so far from both these new ball bowlers. Looks like Ibex Knights have definitely come out with a plan, with a strategy. The captain Tahir had absolutely no hesitation in deciding to bowl first after winning the toss. Knowing the fact that Mizan Bank Green, on the other hand, have a very good track record in the finals of Challengers Corporate Cup history. 2 overs meanwhile have been done. It's 11 without a wicket. On continuing with his second over with this new ball, once again hitting it straight back to the bowler. Very good start this from Ibex Knights. Considering the pitch is pretty flat, we haven't seen any movement with the new ball so far. As a batting side, it usually gets a little difficult when the strong breeze is flowing across the ground because once again it's full, it's driven on the offside and he still couldn't get it past that fielder at backward of point. It's going to be just another single. Third man is outside the 30-yard circle. The fine leg is inside. It's short. It's pulled away on the onside, past the fielder and mid-on, and that's going to be the first boundary of the innings. Stamping his authority there, Ahmed Beg. It was short, all right. I think he was expecting that length. Absolutely dismissed that ball out of his sides there, Ahmed Beg, and collected the first boundary of the innings for Mizan Bank Green. Sufyan, on the other hand, who was persistently bowling shorter of length deliveries previously, now he will have to consider changing his line or length. This time he bowls it full, and I think he has been really effective whenever he has tried to bowl as full as possible. So the idea would be to bowl as full, make the batter drive on the offside, wait for the outside edge. This time it was slightly slower. The batter made it into a full toss and hitting it straight towards mid-off. Another single taken. 3 overs meanwhile have been done. They are 18 without a wicket, Mizan Bank Green. Still no change in the bowling attack. Muneeb again bowling his second over now, the fourth of the innings so far. And he's bowling with a definite plan because he has taken a fielder at long on and deep mid-wicket. Hitting it on the offside. It's in the air. It's going to land over the fielder at extra cover. Has it got enough legs to go over the boundary ropes? No, it doesn't. It's just going to be a couple to the right hand up. Really good effort from the fielder down there at extra cover. These are the sort of effort that lifts the confidence, the overall confidence of the team, and they will be needing that sort of performance because I still believe the pitch is relatively easier to bat on. This time he takes the aerial route again. Has he hit it over mid-on? Yes, he has. One bounce and into the fence. It's Shoaib who joins the party now. Two things to admire about that shot was that the ball was not that fuller in length. And the second thing was that he was hitting it against the turn. So Shoaib has finally decided to cut loose. Once again, it's slightly shorter. And he doesn't get it past that fielder at fine leg. Good effort. Could have been a boundary If that ball had gone slightly left to that fielder at fine leg, but it's just going to be another single then. So after a slightly cautious start from Mizan Bank Green, now they are scoring at over 7 runs and over. They still have 2 overs remaining of the batting power play after this one. Coming down the track, chipping it. Chance for the fielder at extra cover, but he completely lost it. And they are coming back for the second run. Chance of a run at the bowler's end. And the finger has gone up. Comedy of errors between the two batters. Initially, we saw that fielder at extra cover totally misjudging that catch, losing in the sun. But he had the presence of mind in throwing it back to the bowler's end. And the batter was found short there at the bowler's end. So, first wicket down for Mizan Bank Green. It's Shoaib who is going to be walking back to the pavilion after getting a boundary early on in this over. He goes back after scoring just 12 runs.
बैट्समैन कौन गया बैट्समैन बैट्समैन बताओ बैट्समैन नंबर वाला है काशिफ बशीर
So the first wicket has gone down for Mizan Bank Green. Kashif Bashir is a new batter in, but it's a top shot. The deep mid-wicket fielder is going to cut that one off. No, the ball goes between his legs. It was Ahmed Beg who was presented with that shorter length delivery by Munir, the off-spinner. He took the aerial route, comfortably hitting it over the mid-on fielder, but the mid-wicket fielder still had the chance of cutting that one off, which he couldn't. And in the end, ending the over with a boundary. So 4 overs have now been done. A successful over comes to an end from Munib. It's 31 for 1.
वही है सुफियान है
The captain has trusted Sufyan with yet another over in this batting power play. They'll be expecting him to pick up yet another wicket. Nicely bowled and playing it with soft hands. He's going to collect a single of the very first ball here, Kashif Bashir. Very good passage of play so far this from Ibex Knights. They haven't leaked away that many runs and they were able to pick up a wicket in the previous over courtesy of a run out. Slight changes in the field and now square leg has been asked to come back inside a 30-yard circle. Long gone, goes back. Once again, it's a full toss driven straight down the ground, past the fielder and mid-off. That's going to go all the way for 4. He was trying to nail another Yorker there, Sufyan, but just missed out the length, turned into a full toss. And Ahmed Beg, who already collected a boundary in the last ball of the previous over, got another one to his name. Slightly wider. It's going to be given another wide there by the on-field umpire. Sufyan hasn't tried bowling shorter in length, especially after the way he was struck for a boundary in his previous over. Now he's decided to bowl a fuller in length. This time the ball has gone high up in the air. Chance of the fielder, a third man, but the ball just lands in front of him. And tell you what, he has totally overran that ball. Another fortunate boundary this for Mizan Bank Green. He was in no control whatsoever there, Ahmed Beg, in attempting that big shot. Got a thickish outside edge. The third man fielder, although he didn't reach there, he was looking to go for the catch. Instead, he overran the ball. The ball did hit his hands after bouncing. And then it's the spin behind that ball which took it to the boundary ropes. Fuller, driven straight. Couldn't find the gap. The ball goes straight to the middle fielder. I think Sufyan has bowled his hard on. He has been really unlucky so far in his innings. Almost picked up on his first wicket of the game, but unfortunately the ball just landing in front of the fielder, a third man. So he still have 2 balls remaining in this over. Kashif Bashir, on the other hand, has just faced 1 delivery so far. He's relatively newer at the crease. Fuller driven straight down the ground. Kashif Bashir, on the other hand, has looked pretty calm and pretty relaxed so far in the first 2 deliveries that he has faced. Not trying to hit the ball too hard, just placing the ball in the gaps and picking up singles. Slightly short up, pulled away on the onside. The ball goes straight to mid-wicket. Chance of a run at the keeper's end, and tell you what, directed might have made things a little more interesting, but it's going to be yet another single to end the over with. An expensive over comes to an end from Shayan. 5 overs done. It's 44 for 1.
बॉलर बताना बॉलर हसन अलवी
Time for the first change in the bowling attack. Hassan Alvi has now been asked to come and bowl the final over of the batting power play, replacing Muneeb. Starts off with a decent delivery. The ball just turning back slightly into the right-hander. Ahmed Beg just letting that ball go straight to the wicket keeper. He's batting on 26 of just 16 deliveries. He was very lucky in the previous over when the catch was not taken by the fielder at third man. Now it's the last over of the batting power play. Just 5 balls remaining. Once again coming down the track. Couldn't find the middle of his bat. Neither did he find the gap there. Talking about both these sides performing in the previous game, the semi-final, Ibex Knights batted first against Bank Islami, scored a mammoth 241 runs in their allotted 20 overs. A match which they won comfortably by 100 runs. And if we talk about Mizan Bank Green, they also batted first in their semi-final against Mizan Safety. Scored 171, won that game by 30 odd runs. Okay, he was looking for a big shot there. Ahmed Beg coming down the track. He was looking to hit it over extra cover. Got it inside half of the bat. The ball goes straight to the fielder at deep mid-wicket. And once again, a fumble allowed him to come back for the second run. So, although the bowling effort has been really good, but the fielding effort has been slightly below par here today from Ibex Knights. We have already seen few misfields. 2 catches which were not judged perfectly. Down the track he comes, again hitting it straight to mid-off. He must be getting a little frustrated now, Ahmed Beg, because he's finding the middle of his bat, but he's not being able to find those gaps. This time it's short, it's pulled away, it's chance for the fielder at long on. Is that going to be taken? It has been dropped. We'll have to see whether the ball crossed the boundary ropes on the fall or did it land before the boundary ropes. The umpire is just checking from the fielder and he has signaled it as a maximum. So 8 runs coming in that over, 6 overs done. The batting power play is completed, and Mizan Bank Green are 52 for 1. की वुमेन्स का टूर्नामेंट हो रहा है लाहौर में किससे चलो बस कर दो यार सिकंदर बख्श से मुलाकात करके आया उसको बोलो भाई वो तो सब जानते हैं उसको यार देख लो यार लगा लो कहीं बोलो यार देखो यार कहीं फिट कर दो बोलो
रमजान में कैसा एक्सपीरियंस है?
रड़ देते भोसड़ी के पैसे वैसे देते नहीं ज़्यादा
बैच ही फ्री में
नया नाजमान से तो कुछ भी नहीं मिला हाँ भाई उन लोगों ने गरम चाय में पीता हूँ लेकिन ज़्यादा नहीं
यार बॉलर बताना राफे ताहिर है ताहिर
कप्तान साहब tried to play it finer of that wheeler at short third man. Just couldn't get enough bat onto it. Another single taken by the right-hander. So he has tried to look much more aggressive in his approach, Ahmed Beg, especially after losing his opening partner. I think that has to do with the fact that Kashif Bashir, on the other hand, is in no mood whatsoever of dealing in boundaries because he's still early on the crease, just trying to deal in singles. And on the other hand, you need to have someone who can take the onslaught, who can take the aerial loot and look for those odd boundaries every over. Driven on the offside, a little wider of that fielder at long on, but he anticipated it all right and stopped the ball just before it could go past him. If we talk about the performances of both these sides so far in this tournament, in fact throughout this tournament, Mizan Bank Green just lost 2 games and Ibex Knights just lost 1 game. That was against Mizan Bank when they just couldn't defend the total of 170 odd runs, which Mizan Bank comfortably chased down by 10 wickets. So another over comes to an end. It's 7 done.
56.
Yeah, 56 for 1. time it's beautifully played on the offside, but there is a fielder out there at deep extra cover. It's only going to be a single to Kashif. There's a big gap there on the onside. No one at mid-wicket. It was slightly short. It was looking to pull it away on the leg side. And really good fielding effort there from the fielder at fine leg. There wasn't that much movement with the new ball earlier on in these innings, and we haven't seen that much turn or spin either from both these spinners who have bowled so far, the captain Tahir as well as Hassan. Ibex Knights, on the other hand, cannot afford to relax. Yes, they haven't given away many boundaries, but they still need to pick up more wickets. Once again, it's thrashed straight in the air. For Ahmed Beg, he moves into the 40s now, 42 of 26, the right-handed opener. These are pretty challenging conditions, you can say, although the pitch is pretty flat, but the strong breeze that is flowing across the ground sometimes make it a little difficult for the batters to time the ball. Once again, the cars! Wow, that was some hit from Ahmed Beg. That was a brilliant hit, in fact. A boundary and a 6 to end the over with. Once again, it's the captain who is bowling again now, the left-arm orthodox Tahir. We saw a magnificent 6 being hit in the last ball of the previous over from Ahmed Beg. He's just 2 runs away from what would be his another half century in this final of 64 Challengers Corporate Cup. He has been a revelation for Mizan Bank Green. He has scored tons of runs for them, not only in this edition of Challengers Corporate Cup, but in the previous editions as well. Once again coming downtown, it has gone high up in the air. He hasn't timed it. The fielder at extra cover is going to take it. Tell you what, it's never an easy catch when the ball is swirling in the air coming out of the white sky, but that was a wonderful take. And that means Ahmed Beg's innings have been cut short. Just 2 runs away from what would be his yet another half century. He walks back to the pavilion after scoring 48 of 29 deliveries. And Mizan Bank Green are now 2 wickets down with 71 runs on the board.
बॉलर का वो बैट्समैन बताओ बैट्समैन आदिल भाई नबील बेग ब्रेक हल्के है उसके ये आता बात का है ना समझ जाएगा कुछ बोल भाई तेरी आवाज सुननी है भाई बोल ही रहा हूँ भाई
Up an important wicket of Ahmed Beg, was scoring very quickly on this track. It was unfortunate that he missed out on his half century, going back to the pavilion after scoring 48 runs. Captain providing important breakthrough for Ibex Knights. It's slightly shorter in length, hit away on the offside. He's going to get up the mark.
सिर्फ दरख्त से निकाल दे और कुछ नहीं करना
फिर इनको वो भी केबल भी बड़ी करनी पड़ेगी ना
Kashif Bashir will now have to take the strike. He'll have to go big now. Once again, it's a very good delivery. There is now some turn here for the left arm spinner, beating it past the outside edge. A dot ball to end the over with just 2 runs and a wicket coming in that over from Tahir. 9 over done. Mizan Bank Green are 72 for 2. Attack, the leg spinner Jawad has now been introduced. And you can expect that because Hassan was proving a little expensive in the previous 2 overs, especially when Ahmed Beg hit him for a boundary and a maximum in the last 2 balls of his previous over. Tahir, after witnessing some turn in the previous over bowled by himself, now introduced another leg spinner. It's a thickish outside edge. There is no failure at short third man. In fact, he dived away towards his left and stopped the ball before it could go past the boundary rope. So an excellent effort. Earlier, their captain Mizan Bank Green also would have opted to bat first if they had wanted toss. So both these sides getting what they wanted. It's going to be really interesting to see how many runs they're going to be posting on the board in the first innings. It's a full toss and it has been dealt with. This is severe disdain. Once again, the ball has landed over the side screen. Another maximum, another gigantic 6 coming out of the bat from the right-hander. It's Kashif who now joins the party. As a spinner, you at least need to pitch the ball in the right areas, because if you're going to bowl at that length, full tosses, it's going to be easy pickings.
थोड़ा तो साइड में करा दे भाई हल्का सा फिलहाल में ये देखिए ये देखिए जा रही है तो भाई इसको दरख्त नहीं दिखाओ.
Once again, we are waiting for the ball to come back to the field. Checking the condition of the ball, because that ball landed on the full outside the boundary. This time much better line, much better length. The wicketkeeper going after the ball himself. That's what he needs to do a little more now, the leg spinner. Just bowl at good length, let the ball turn and do the talking. Two balls still remaining in this over. From Jawad. Nicely driven straight back to the bowler. In fact, the ball has gone between his legs. It's going to be yet another single to Nabil Beg. One ball now remaining in the 10th over. They have consistently scoring at almost 8 runs an over now, Mizan Bank Green. Once again, it has hit it over extra cover. Chance for the fielder at long off to cut that one off. Both the fielders doing a very good job down there at the boundary ropes. The long off fielder and the deep extra cover fielder saving 2 precious runs there for their side. 10 overs meanwhile have now been completed. Mizan Bank Green are 83 for 2 after the halfway stage. With his third over. Starts off with a fuller delivery, once again hitting it on the offside there. Kashif Rashid, in fact, there was some misfield there. They could have come back for the second one, but the batters decided against it, and it's a good thing. They do not need to take risky singles at this stage, especially considering they get courtesy of a run out. The first wicket to fall, that of Shoaib. Solid in defense. Just giving the respect to the bowler now, Kashif. A very good competition between the bat and ball so far between these two sides. Nicely driven. Straight down the ground, all along the carpet towards long on. Another single taken by the right-hander. They might have to rethink their strategy a little bit now, Ibex Knights, because yes, they are keeping the scoring rate down just over 8 runs and over, but they still need to regularly pick up the wickets. They need to bring in an extra fielder or two, maybe inside the 30-yard circle, and inviting the batter to go big. So he went for the reverse scoop, and in fact the ball just landed in front of the fielder at fine leg. It was a premeditated stroke, this, and the bowler Tahir, after looking at the position from the batter, it deliberately bowled it slower through the air. There wasn't much timing behind it, and he was lucky, the batter, that the ball didn't land in the hands of that fielder at fine leg. Otherwise, it could have been yet another wicket for the left-arm spinner. Really good effort this from the fielder, not from the bowler. Could have easily collected that throw. Instead, let that ball go past him, and another single taken on the overthrow. These are the little things they need to be wary of now, Ibex Knights. Every run is important in the final. And the fact that they're going to be chasing in the second innings, it's not going to be easy, especially playing it on the back foot, hitting it straight back to the bowler. Another dot ball to end the over with. 11 overs have now been completed. Mizan Bank Green are 87 for 2. It's Munib who has been given the ball yet again. Bowled 2 overs initially during the batting power play. Starts off with a short delivery which has been slapped straight down the ground towards long off. Another single. They need a big partnership at this stage, Mizan Bank Green. Both their openers are already back into the pavilion, so it's now the job for these two batters to consolidate and build up a solid platform for the lower order to come later. Order hit away on the offside, it's into the gap. The fielder at deep extra cover is after it. 2 runs more taken. The score now moves on to 90 for 2. Remember, we are still into the 12th over of the innings. Thrashed it. Couldn't find the gap. Good job done by the extra cover fielder. He was looking to play it finer. The bowler cleverly bowled it faster through the air, and he was very late onto that stroke, Nabil. Once again coming down the trough. No timing behind that whatsoever. Just a single towards long off. Singles are not going to hurt the bowling side at this stage. The run rate now going below 8 runs and over from Mizan Bank Green. A sign of worry. Just checked his shot in the end there, Kashif. There was a bit of an extra bounce there for the spinner, so that's why he had to check his shot and hitting it straight to the fielder at extra cover. Couldn't pick up a single though. A dot ball to end the over with. 4 overs done. 4 runs coming in this over. 12 done. It's 91 for 2. Tahir now bowling the final over, and he has picked up a wicket of the very first ball in his final over of the spell. He has been really effective on this track here, Tahir. He was the only bowler to get some turn here on this track, and now he has castled the right-hander with an absolute beauty. Nabil Beg, who was already struggling in this innings, a painful innings comes to an end. He couldn't score any boundary in his innings, scoring 8 of 13 deliveries in the final. He's walking back to the pavilion with Mizan Bank losing their third of the game. Green once again losing a wicket at the wrong time, just when they were looking to consolidate and build a big partnership. They have lost that wicket of Nabil. He has now been replaced by the left-handed batter Jaffer, coming into bat at number 5, and they will have to do the rebuilding job all over again now. Talking about Tahir, he has been a revelation with the ball in this innings for Ibex Knights. First he got rid of Ahmed Beg, and now castled Nabil Beg with a beauty of a ball. He's going to come over the wicket now for the left-handed batter. Just one fielder deep there on the offside, a deep extra cover, long on, long off, deep square leg, deep mid-wicket. Nicely played on the onside. The wicketkeeper is got after the ball himself, and a better throw or maybe a direct hit could have been a little different there, but full marks to the effort. Jaffer on the other hand getting off the mark straight away with a single on the leg side. Slightly fuller, hitting it straight down the ground. The fielder had long gone, just couldn't cut that one off. Brilliant hit this from the right-hander. It was Kashif who got closer to the pitch of the ball and hitting it straight into the center between the long on and the long off fielder, collecting another boundary. The score now moves on to 96. Tahir on the other hand still have 3 balls in fact remaining in his spell. He's bowled a very economical spell so far, just conceded 15 runs and has picked up 2 wickets. Once again, he was looking to force that ball on the back foot there on the offside, but it's a pretty jam-packed field there on the offside. A fielder at extra cover and a fielder at point. Getting a thickest outside edge. Good effort. Kashif was interested in coming back for the second run, but Jaffer sending him back, and rightly so. Change in angle again. He's going to come over the wicket to the left-hander to bowl his final ball of the spell today in this final. Might have missed a run up there. He's going to bowl it all over again. Jaffer on the other hand again hitting it softly there on the leg side, getting another single. So he's going to keep the strike at the start of next over there, Jaffer. 13 overs have been done. Tahir is done with his spell as well. Picked up 2 wickets, went for 18 runs, and after 13, it's 98 for 3.
मुनीब है मुनीब
Munib is going to bowl out his spell as well. It's his final over of the final.
23
Hasn't picked up any wickets so far, but has just gone for 23 runs. Taking some time here to adjust their field now, the fielding captain and the bowler. Slightly shorter, couldn't get closer to the pitch of the ball. Used his long reach there to hit that ball towards the mid wicket. Coming around the wicket for the left-handed batter. Jafar has hit it over extra cover. The ball is just swirling away from the field at a deep extra cover, but he's just going to pick up a single. In the initial overs, the fielding was a little lackluster there from Ibex Knights, but as the innings has gone by, they have really improved the standard of the ground fielding. Already comes up for Mizan Bank Green. Once again at the thickish outside edge. The ball is going towards the boundary ropes, and it has gone past the boundary ropes as well. So another boundary there for the right-hander. The ball did not go where he intended it to, but he'll still take it. Coming downtown. He has hit that high, and has he hit that long? Yes, he has. Right into the dugout of Ibex Knights there. In the previous delivery, he got a fortunate boundary there when he got a thickish outside edge. This time he had no hesitation in coming down the track using his speed and hitting it over long on. 35 or 24 delivery now to Kashif, and he is now seeing the ball like a football out there. Slightly shorter, hitting it on the back foot straight to the fielder at long on. Sensible batting this from Kashif. After a boundary and a maximum, getting a single at the final ball to keep the strike in the start of next over. 14 overs have now been done. Mizan Bank Green at 112 for 3. It's Jawad who once again has given away a boundary of the very first ball. And Kashif, with that boundary, moves into the 40s. 40 of 26 deliveries. Can he get a half century? Ahmed Bek couldn't do it. He was dismissed on 48. Kashif, who was initially taking some time, now finally getting his rhythm back. It's another full toss swept away. It's going to go straight to that fielder at deep square leg. He's very fortunate there, the leg spinner, but otherwise that ball could have been hit for yet another boundary there. Now the time for Jaffer, the left-handed batter. He's going to be favouring the leg side, that's for sure, because Jawad will be looking to turn the ball into his pads. This is why there are three fielders standing in the deep there on the onside. Oh, it's a good one. Might have been a wrong one there, completely deceiving the batter there, Jawad. Once again, too early into that stroke. Very good, well taken by the wicketkeeper as well behind the stumps. Once it's a full toss, a low full toss which has been hit towards the T-Pex recover fielder. Turning out to be a very useful partnership, this one between Kashif and Jaffer. The captain, meanwhile, still taking some time to adjust his field. The square leg fielder has been asked to move much more square. The mid-wicket fielder now moves finer, so there is a big gap between long on and deep mid-wicket now. Will he go against the turn? Kashif. He does. He finds the gap. But a very good effort. Really good effort there from the fielder at deep mid-wicket. Very interesting battle going on there. It was a deliberate plan from the fielding side to increase that gap between the long on and deep mid-wicket fielder to invite the batter to go big, which he did. Just couldn't find enough time behind that stroke. He goes extra cover over extra cover. One bounce straight to the fielder at deep extra cover. They were looking to come back for the second run, but it's just going to be a single to end the over with. 15 overs have now been done. Just 5 overs now remaining in the innings, and Mizan Bank Green are 120 for 3. Another change in the bowling attack. It's Hassan Alvi, who's come back to bowl his third over of the innings. He was a little expensive in the first 2 overs when he gave away 22 runs. Coming around the wicket, starting off the over with 2 dot balls. Once again, Jaffer just looking to hit it on the offside. Although if he can change his plan, he can hit it on the onside as well. All he needs to do is to move slightly inside his crease. Almost a carbon copy of what happened in the previous 2 deliveries. He's feeling the heat, facing some pressure now. Jaffer, 6 of 10 so far to his name. Fuller in length. Once again, a big shot was attempted, but the ball goes straight to the fielder at deep mid-wicket. So an excellent over this is turning out to be from Hassan. Just a single of the first 4 deliveries. And that's what happens. When a batter is struggling at the other end, the pressure mounts on the batter at the other end. Kashif Bashir, although he has been middling the ball well, alright, but he still needs to make sure that he's out there till the end of the innings from Mizan Bank Green, because a lot is dependent on him. A flatter one towards deep mid-wicket. There is a fielder underneath it, and he has dropped it. He was looking to hit it against the wind, and tell you what, they're going to collect an extra run on the overthrow. So 2 runs taken by Kashif. It was a flatter delivery. He was looking to hit it towards, in fact, over the fielder at deep mid-wicket. But once again, when you hit it against the wind, the ball just slows down. He got the elevation, not the distance, and he was very lucky that the catch, in fact, was put down by the fielder at deep mid-wicket. Once again, he goes over extra cover, and he has been hauled out in the deep. Very, very good catch. Very good anticipation there from the fielder at extra cover. And Kashif knows that he has missed out on an opportunity of getting a big score here today in the final. He attempted a brick shot previously as well. This time he was looking to go over extra cover, but look at that catch. Look at that judgment. And Kashif Bashir walking back after scoring 44 runs. Another batter falling short of getting his half century. It's the 4th wicket down now for Mizan Bank.
यार बैट्समैन बताओ कौन जा रहा है लड़के सदाकत
Jafar this time goes over extra cover, but he hasn't timed it well again. It's going to go straight to that fielder at deep extra cover. Just a single. Once again, we have seen the partnership which was building was broken by the spinner. And it was a big wicket as well of Kashif Bashir, who was batting really well. He was middling the ball. He was getting boundaries in these last few overs, but now he has been sent back. And the new batter will be facing some pressure now to go big right from the word go. That's what happens. That's what happens when the ball is turning and a new batter is facing. You cannot afford to play dot balls now, because after this one, just 3 overs now remaining in the innings of Mizan Bank, and they will be looking to score at least 160 runs to put up a fight in the second innings. Once again, it was slightly shorter, but it was much quicker through the air. There wasn't much room there to be playing that stroke either outside the off stump. Jawad quickly rushing through his 3rd over now. Slightly fuller, very well fielded of his own bowling. You can sense the pressure mounting on the Mizan Bank Green. They are anticipating yet another wicket now, Ibex Knight, and it will be like an icing on the cake for the bowling side if they can manage to pick up a wicket or two. Slightly short. In fact, it's a full toss. The bowler is getting underneath that himself. In fact, it's the wicketkeeper who called for it, and he takes it. Wickets are falling in clusters now for Mizan Bank Green. They have now lost half of their side. And it's the leg spinner who has picked up his first of the game. The right-hander, Sadaqat Ali, walking back. Couldn't trouble the scorer. It's 124 now for 5.
यार बैट्समैन बताओ कौन गया माइक बंद नहीं होता तो सबके पास से किया कर हां आप करोगे ये माइक बंद नहीं हो रहा नहीं है ना उसमें ओ राज भाई क्या सुल्तान यहां पे तुम क्लिक करो ना Jawad almost picked up another wicket. It was in the air. The fielder at backward of point was diving away towards his right, and that would have been a spectacular catch. He got his hands to it. That's why he slowed the pace down of the ball, but a lucky escape for the new batter. Nevertheless, a successful over comes to an end from Jawad. Just 2 runs and a wicket off it in the end after 17. It's 125 for 5. Bowling his final over. Starts off with yet another dot ball, so it's getting tough and tough now. Usually it's not that difficult to hit the spinners out of the park in the last few overs of the innings, but since they have been losing wickets regularly, it's becoming more and more difficult now for Mizan Bank Green to regain their momentum, their rhythm. The Ibex Knights also know that singles are not going to hurt them at this stage. Not many runs on the board for Mizan Bank Green. And if you talk about Ibex Knight, they've got someone like Ursal Ali in the dugout, who is the leading run scorer so far in this tournament with over 450 runs. 2 centuries to go with it. He's bowling very cleverly here. Hassan might be called a wide down the leg side. He's regularly changing his angle, coming around the wicket to the left-hander, bowling it faster through the air because he knows the left-hander is finding it difficult to hit it over extra cover. This time he goes straight. I don't think he has connected it well. In fact, he has. It's going to be 1 bounce 4. Didn't come out from the middle of his bat, but he still managed to place it between the long on and the long off fielder. And they needed that boundary. Fielder definitely not happy. In fact, the vice captain not happy from of the Ibex setup. They anticipated the fielder at long off to take that catch, but in the end it resulted in a boundary. Jafar is out there for 14 deliveries. He has scored 12 runs. Once again hitting it straight down the ground. Not much connection behind it. The long on fielder is going to cut that one off. Apart from the boundary, it's another very good over this from Hassan. भाई लास्ट बॉल है भाई ये बताना है लास्ट बॉल का वक्त एक बॉल बाकी है
18 overs have now been completed. It's 100.
one more
One ball is still remaining. एक बॉल रहती है सवर की. Still remaining in this over of Hassan.
The right-hander is on strike, Sultan. 2 overs remaining after this one. Hassan changing his angle, coming over the wicket to the right-hander. It's a faster one. Almost chopped it back onto his stumps, but a dot ball, which means another very good over comes to an end from the off spinner. 18 overs are now done. Mizan Bank Green at 132 for 5. Over of the inning. Jafar has gone big straight. Has he connected it well? All right, yes, he has. A very good start to the over this from Mizan Bank Green. A 6 of the very first ball. That's what he needs to do a little more now, Jafar, especially with not many deliveries remaining in their innings. Not a good start to this over from Jawad. He was bowling really well up till the previous over, but he got that wicket as well. Jafar this time goes on the leg side. He has found the gap. One bounce into the fence. A 6 and a boundary, and the score now moves into 140s. Looks like he was waiting for the leg spinner. We have been mentioning it before. It becomes a little easier for the left-handed batter to go after the leg spinner since the ball is turning into his pads. Now he's making full use of this over from Jawad. He went for another big one. Might have been a wrong one. It was a full pitch delivery. He had connected it. Could have been yet another boundary, but instead it turned out to be a dot ball. Once again, he has played that on the leg side over the head of the fielder at fine leg. The deep square leg fielder is after it, but the ball is going to win the race in the end. What an over this is turning out to be for Mizan Bank Green. 146 runs on the board, a maximum than 2 boundaries so far. And they still have 2 balls remaining in this over. Looks like they will definitely reach 160 runs now, which will be much more respectable to defend in the second innings. It was a low full toss, getting a thickish outside edge. But the fielder at third man does a good job in the end. Just a single to Jafar. Now the job for the right-handed batter, Sultan, is to collect a boundary in this final ball so that Jafar can be on strike at the start of the new over. A boundary or a couple. Coming down the track, hitting it straight. Chance for the fielder at extra cover, and that has been taken in the second attempt. A very good catch in the end. It was Hashid again who set his eye underneath that. In fact, it was Arsal Ali who was running in from extra cover position and took that catch nicely in the end. Another wicket goes down from Mizan Bank Green. Sultan walking back after scoring just 2 runs. It's 147 for 6. New bowler. A dot ball to start the final over of the innings for Mizan Bank Green with Jafar on strike, 147 runs on the board. Once again, it's fuller in length. That's the idea. That's where a medium pace bowler should be bowling a lot more towards the depth of the innings. Just try to bowl as fuller as possible and wider outside the off stump. And he's done the best thing to concede a singles because Jafar is off strike now. The new batter is on strike. He'll be looking to bowl few dot deliveries so that Jafar can remain off strike. Good ball, a really good call. The ball just going between the bat and pad. A top over this from Rizwan. 149 runs on the board. They still need to go past 150 runs to get some psychological advantage. Hitting it straight back to the bowler. There might be a chance of a run out. Yes. Good sensible display of fielding here from the bowler himself. He didn't throw the ball. In fact, he went with the ball and took the bails off. That means another wicket has gone down. But most importantly, Jafar goes back on strike for Mizan Bank Green to face the last two deliveries of this innings. And what an over this is turning out to be from Rizwan. Conceded just one run. It's Nemat Afridi, the new batter in at number 9 for Mizan Bank Green. Rizwan, on the other hand, will again look to come around the wicket. He does bowls another fuller delivery. An excellent over this from Rizwan. The batter had absolutely no clue on that fuller length delivery. He might have to try something different in this final ball of the innings. Jafar might have to use his feet, might have to look for that scoop because the fine leg fielder is inside the 30-yard circle. Once again, it's Fuller thrashed on the offside. They will definitely look to come back for the second run. What an over. One ball still remaining. 150 comes up for Mizan Bank Green. And it's going to be the new batter, Nemat Afridi, to face the final ball of the innings. Fuller in length, knocked him over. The off stump have been uprooted. And that has been the story of the game so far. Ibex Knights have been on top of their game. They won the toss, opted to bowl first, and this has been a magnificent bowling effort from the men in red. They have managed to pick up 8 wickets of Mizan Bank Green. They have only allowed Mizan Bank Green to score 150 runs on the board in the first innings, which means that Ibex Knight will be needing to chase down 151 runs to be crowned as the champions of the 64 Challengers Corporate Cup powered by Kalo Cricket. Not much to talk about the batting performances from Mizan Bank Green. Ahmed Beg scoring 48 runs, missing out his half century on just 2 runs, and Kashif Bashir scoring 44, the 2 highest run getters from Mizan Bank Green in this final. And if you talk about the bowling effort, it was the captain Tahir who picked up 2 wickets, the left arm spinner. And in the end, we saw a very good fast last over from Rizwan, Jawad, and Hassan Awan also bowled really well for Ibex Knight, making sure that Mizan Bank Green could only score 150 runs on this very good batting track. We'll take a short commercial break, and after that, we'll be right back with this run chase in this final of Challengers Cup Corporate Final. This run is in the final of 64 Challengers Corporate Cup. Ibex Knights leading 151 runs to win this final against Mizan Bank Greens, and they have got up to a very good start already. 23 without a wicket. We are into the third over. Haven't lost any wickets so far. Both these openers have already collected a boundary each in their innings. Arish Khan and Bhaktiyar playing it softly with the to the fielder and short third man picks up yet another single. There is a appeal there from the wicket keeper. And tell you what, the finger has gone up already. Wow, we didn't see that coming. It was a sharp single nevertheless, but short third man and the wicket keeper taking no time in taking the bails off. So they needed that first wicket. They have got it now. Bhaktiyar will be walking back to the pavilion. Bhaktiyar was running towards the danger range and he was 'The first wicket has gone down for Ibex Knights. It's Ursa Lily coming to bat in number 3. What a tournament he has had already. More 64 Challengers Corporate Cup, and he has shown his class already in the very first ball that he has faced, getting off the mark with that single on the offside. So yes, they have lost a wicket already, but still they have got up to a very good start because they needed the required run rate needed from the word go is 7.5 runs and over, and they have been able to achieve that already. Leading edge with the ball just landing in front of the fielder at mid wicket, so a little tentative, both these batters in this over. A successful one comes to one, and 3 overs are now done. It's 24 for 1, needing 127 more runs to win in the last 17 overs. Ahmed Beg now bowling the fourth over of the innings and almost chopped it onto his stumps. A lot is dependent on Ursal Ali, although he's batting at the non-striker's end so far. But we were talking about his performances previously in this tournament. He is the only batter to have gone past 300 runs. In fact, his tally is over 450 runs in this tournament with 2 centuries already. Once again, slightly short outside the off stump. Once again, a sharp single taken. Ursal Ali wanted to get on strike as early as possible. He was the one who asked his partner to come back for that single. Ahmed Beg, on the other hand, had a pretty decent run with the bat in this first innings where he scored 48 runs. Can it be his day? Can he pick a few wickets now for Mizan Bank Green? Because the target is not a big one. 151 runs on this pitch is not going to be difficult for Ibex Knights, especially with the form their batters are in this tournament. Slightly fuller, driven on the offside, straight to the fielder, extra cover. Couldn't find the gap there, Ursel, but he's just faced a handful of deliveries so far in his innings, and he's already middling them from the middle of his bat. Alishan, who's batting on 14. Slightly slower through the air, hitting it straight down the ground. Not connected well. The fielder at long on is going to cut that one off. Could have been a couple as well if they had gone for it, but Arish Ali being content with that single. So a decent over this from Ahmed Beg. Just 5 runs off it. In fact, just 4 runs off it. The good thing is that he hasn't conceded a boundary, and the fact that he's bowling inside the batting power play with just 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle, I think it's a good achievement. He's bowling with decent pace with the fielder at third man still inside the 30-yard circle. And Arsal Ali just manages to hit it over that fielder at fine leg, and he's going to collect a first boundary of the innings. Clever batting, sensible batting. This he knew the fielder at fine leg and third man were inside the 30-yard circle. As soon as he saw the length, he sat down on one knee and comfortably hit it over the fielder at fine leg to collect the boundary of the final ball of this over. 4 done. It's 32 for 1. Asking rate, scoring at 8 runs and over in the first 4. Still 2 overs remaining of this power play. Swept away on the onside. There is no fielder back there on the leg side. That's going to be yet another boundary there to the right-hander. It's Arish Ali Khan this time. We saw Arsal Ali collecting a boundary the last one of the previous over. This time it was Arish who swept it all along the carpet and collected yet another boundary to his name. So they're making sure that they get a boundary in almost every over to keep the required run rate in check. So far, almost everything have gone in the favor of Ibex Knight, from the toss to the way their bowlers bowled, the way their fielders fielded, and now the way they have got off to this start in this run chase. Oh, getting it inside edge. I'll tell you what, there is no fielder at fine leg. The wicketkeeper is after the ball himself, and Arish is going to collect another couple. A fortunate one, but he'll take it nevertheless. Mohammad Adil, in fact, the left arm orthodox, who took the new ball into his third over, still waiting for his first wicket. A bit of a coincidence, both these sides losing their first wicket courtesy of a run out. Slightly shorter, hitting it straight to the fielder and extra cover. There might be a chance of a runner at the bowler's end, but they needed a better throw. It was Arish Ali Khan who was running at the non-striker's end, the danger end, and a flatter throw right into the hand of the bowler. Could have been a little more interesting. I think Arshal Ali needs to calm down a bit. Usually it's he who asks his partner to come for the single. Shorter in length, hitting it over extra cover. He had no intentions of keeping the ball down. He's in the form of his life in this tournament, Arshal Ali. Another boundary there to the right-hander. Mohammad Adil just dropping it slightly shorter, although it's not that wide outside the off stump, but the class of Arsenal Ali is on display here, making the room for himself, and he knew the fielder. There were three fielders inside the inner ring on the offside, so he deliberately playing it over their head. So two boundaries have come in this over from Adil, two balls still remaining. Scoring at almost 10 runs and over, Ibex Knights. He swept it over mid wicket. That's going to be two boundaries in two balls. He's just playing with the field now, Arsenal, as if he knows what's going to be coming in next. He knew the bowler is going to be changing and adjusting his line and length. The previous one was outside the off stump. This was targeted on the leg, so he sat down on one knee and had just one fielder to beat there on the leg side, which he did comfortably and collected a consecutive boundary now for himself. A very expensive over this from Adil. Three boundaries already, with one ball still to go. And the Mizan Bank Green are clearly running out of options because there is nothing much they can do because they're still inside the batting power play. You can see three fielders and the bowlers are now having a conversation out there as to what should be their next strategy. Now they have decided to change the field. The fielder at mid wicket goes back. Long on also standing at the boundary ropes. Deep extra cover has been asked to come back inside the 30-yard circle. It's shorter, hitting it straight through the fielder at mid-off, but excellent running yet again from Arsenal Ali. Very good batting. A wonderful over comes to an end from Ibex Knight. 5 overs done. They are 48 for 1. "48 for 1. 1 over still remaining in this batting power play for Ibex Knights, and they have almost scored more than 9 runs and over. Ahmed Beg bowling the final over of the batting power play, and once again a single taken on the very first ball. In fact, Arsenal Ali wanted a second one. Another confusion between the two batters. He needs to be a little cautious here, Arsenal, because he has been really aggressive when it comes to running between the wickets. Now he's having a word with his partner Arish. It is turning out to be a wonderful partnership for the second wicket between both these right-handed batters. If they can bat in this fashion, they can get the job done in few overs without losing any more wickets. It was a decent ball. There was a sound there. Even the mid-on fielder is asking this question from the on-field umpire, but we didn't see any reaction from the bowler or the wicket keeper. Okay, so a rare dot ball in the innings. 49 for 1. Needing 102 more runs to win. The required run rate is not an issue. And if you talk about the number of wickets that they have in hand, looks like it's the game to win for Ibex Knight. Wrapped on the pads, but might have been a little too high, as suggested by the on-field umpire.
50 up.
50 up for Ibex Knight, 50 for 1. It's the last over of the batting power play. Arish Khan batting on 22. Arsenal Ali with 17 runs to his name. We have already seen some action-packed stuff from both these two batters, and why not? They've got the license to go big with the required run rate not an issue when you are batting and the fielding restrictions. That's the approach you need to take. Fuller in length. Middle it to perfection. Over long on for a magnificent 6. Class on display here from Arsal Ali. As a bowler, you have absolutely no idea which length to bowl, which area to target, because Arsal Ali in this form will hit you all day long on any side of the ground. We saw him collecting boundaries on the offside in the previous over. This time it was Fuller, and we have not seen any much swing in the air for the fast bowler. So Arsal Ali making full use of it and hitting it towards mid-wicket region, wide mid-wicket region, to collect his first maximum of the innings. Mizan Bank Green, who usually have a very good track record when it comes down to the finals of the Challenges Corporate Cup, are now facing the heat. Shorter pulled away into the gap. Although there is a fielder down there at deep mid-wicket, and he didn't have that much distance to cover, but the ball was timed so well from Arsal Ali that ball went past the boundary ropes in a flash. A 6 and a boundary now. Once again, a very expensive over this. 12 runs already. The shoulders are already dropping down from the fielders of Mizan Bank Green because they know they don't have many runs to defend. Slightly Fuller getting a thickish inside edge this time. The wicket keeper couldn't stop it. That's going to be another boundary. Everything going in the favor of Ibex Knights so far. 6 overs done. They are 64 for 1. From the bowler and the finger goes up. Arish doesn't look that happy. The ball did struck over the knee pads, but it was much straighter, and the umpire did take his time to rule the decision in the favor of the bowling side. They needed the breakthrough. They have got it. And a solid partnership has now been broken with Arish Ali walking back. Ashir is the new batter in coming into bat at number 4. It's going to be the left arm orthodox against the left-handed batter. Jaffer picking up a wicket of the very first ball in his spell. Ashir, on the other hand, straight away getting up the mark with a cut shot there on the offside and picking up a couple. Jaffer, who scored some decent runs with the bat in the first innings, has now picked up a wicket already in his very first over. But they will be looking to pick up that wicket of Ursel early. Once again, playing it gently there on the offside and picking up a sharp single. And there was no one backing up. The throw was not a good one, so they will come back for yet another run on the overthrow. These are the sort of runs they need to stop at this stage. Mizan Bank fielders will have to be on their toes. Managing to place it past that bowler and picking up another single there. "72 for 2 after 7. A change in the bowling attack. Another left-arm orthodox Nemat Afridi has now been given the ball. Just 79 runs to get. 13 overs still remaining. Back it's the right-arm off spinner. And all of a sudden, straight away getting some bounce there on this very first ball. One thing is for sure, if Arsenal is out there for a few overs, the match is going to be over within a few overs now for Ibex Knights because he has been the man in form for the men in red. And that's what happens when you get off to a very good start, a very flying start. The required run rate doesn't come an issue. A sweep shot attempted, it's in the air. Has he timed it well enough? Yes, he has. Once again, the ball has landed outside the ground. Whenever he has tried to attempt a big shot, he has got a result in his favour. Arsenal. And once again, it was not a bad delivery from Nemat Afridi because Arsenal didn't closer to the pitch of the ball, still went through with that stroke. And with that timing, hitting it towards the longest side of the ground, managing to get a 6 is a top effort. Getting into the 40s now, Arsenal, and he has just faced 15 deliveries. Once again, pulled with disdain into the gap, another boundary. He doesn't deal in one or two boundaries, he deals in clusters of boundaries, Arsenal. 44 of just 16. We saw two batters going out into the 40s for Mizan Bank Green in the first innings. Can Arsenal bring up yet another half century for himself in this tournament? He has now scored over 500 runs in this edition of Challengers Corporate Cup. Acrobatic stuff this from the bowler himself, but he still couldn't stop the ball going to the fielder down there at long off. 83 now for 2. There might be a change in the field now since the left-hander Harsher is on strike. Two fielders deep there on the leg side, deep square leg, deep mid wicket. Even the long on fielder is standing at the boundary rope, so is long off. Once again, hitting it straight back to the bowler. Couldn't get it through him. A dot ball to end the over with, but still 11 runs coming in that over from Nemat Afridi. 8 done. It's 83 for 2, needing 68 more runs to win this final Ibex Knights. Once again, swept away there on the leg side, all along the carpet, and Arsenal just slipped there at the non-striker's end. Otherwise, he was looking to come back for the second one as well. Jaffer continuing with his second over. He got a wicket of the very first ball of his spell. But they need that wicket of Arsenal. It's a game of cricket. Anything can happen until the last ball has delivered. They can get someone like Ursula Lee out at this stage. They will be thinking, they will be hoping they can come back in this game. Slightly shorter in length, hitting it straight down the ground towards long off. Think is going in the favor of Ursula Lee because he with the fielder down there at deep square leg overran the ball. And with that couple, the 50 comes up for Ursula Lee. He can raise the bat to the dugout. Not only this innings, but the whole tournament has been phenomenal for the right-handed batter. Single-handedly, he has taken his team almost in the winning position in this game as well. We saw two batters going so close to getting a half century in the first innings for Mizan Bank Green, but now Ursula Lee becomes the first to get 50 runs mark in the final. As he expected. But still, if you look at the way they have batted, they haven't collected any boundary in this over, still managed to score 7 runs off it. Make that 8 with another single there towards the fielder at short third man, and Ursel making sure that he keeps the strike at the start of next over. 9 overs done. Ibex Knights are 91 for 2, needing just 60 more runs to win. Under run ball because they have 11 overs remaining. Again, another change in the bowling attack. Another left-arm orthodox Sarim Mahmood has now been given the ball. It's a blessing in disguise for Ibex Knight because it's a left-hand, right-hand combination out there. It becomes a little difficult for the fielding side to adjust a field on almost every delivery whenever a single has taken. And as a bowler, you also find it difficult to adjust to your line and length. Slightly shorter in length, playing it towards the fielder at deep extra cover. It's just a matter of time now for Ibex Knights to go for the onslaught and get those remaining runs because there is definitely nothing there in this track for the bowlers. And the way Arcelali is batting so far, putting up yet another brilliant show with the bat for Ibex Knights. Shorter in length, pulled away towards the fielder at deep square leg. The score now moves on to 94 for 2. We are halfway through the 10th over. On the other hand, has faced 7 deliveries for his 7 runs, but he can afford to do that because Arcel is going big at the other end. Once again, coming down the track, hitting it straight towards long on, another single taken. And that's how partnerships are built. A batter goes big at the other end, and the other batter consolidates the innings, something that we did not see much from the Mizan Bank when they were batting in the first innings. Playing it on the onside. Initially, he was looking to run the first one hard, but in the end, thought that he might have timed the ball much better than he anticipated and going for just a single. Harsher again using his feet, hitting it towards the fielder at long on, picks up another single, and he's only going to keep the strike at the start of next over. 10 overs done. Ibex Knights are 97 for 2.
कितने चाहिए
54.
And with that big shot, 100 also comes up for Ibex Knight. 105 for 2. With one ball still remaining in the 11th over.
वो नहीं लगाएंगे ना वायरलेस लगा बोया वो खरीद लेंगे जाके खरीदा हुआ था हमने बहुत पहले
Tries to sweep it. Was that a leading edge? Think the ball might have hit the pads. It's going to be a dot ball to end the over. The wicketkeeper is still appealing for the catch, but the umpire is still saying the ball hit the pads, and there's still confusion out there.
घर में बनाया हुआ लाइट यार पहले तो
The umpire and the
है
Mizan Bank Green fielders are not
मगर उसकी बैकग्राउंड
on the same page regarding to that decision.
नहीं वो ग्रीन ग्रीन पे क्या
Three balls still remaining in this over. Once again, Arsenal coming down the track, and there was an opportunity there for the wicketkeeper to get the batter out stumped.
नहीं जवान नहीं
But it was too wide outside the off stump, so an extra run added to the total of Ibex Knights. Sorry, Mahmood was so near of picking up his first wicket, and what a wicket that would have been. Instead, Arsenal Ali continues to drive the ball on the outside, and bit of a footwork there from the fielder down there at long off, but that's not going to stop Arsenal from coming back with the second run.
64 में चैलेंजर है मेरे ख्याल से 40 तो मैंने कर ली होगी फाइनल
दोनों को फ्री में
टूर्नामेंट हो गया ना यार बिलाल में पैसे कौन नहीं लेता करने के
Runs now needed by Ibex. Another adventurous stroke, a scoop shot attempted over wicketkeeper. The fine leg fielder is after it, and Arsenal Ali will just jog back for the second run, as if he knows where the fielders are positioned, and he's just playing the ball on his will, finding the gaps at will, getting the desired runs to his name.
बहुत सारे काम करिए रिस्पॉन्स बंदे से बात
Playing it on the leg side. The bowler is going to collect the ball himself. It's going to be another single. And luckily for the bowler, there was a fielder at the extra cover backing up. Otherwise, it would have been another run. That over comes to an end. 12 done. It's 117 for 2, needing just 34 more runs now to win Ibex Knights. And they've got 8 wickets remaining and 8 overs in hand. Another leg spinner, Rashid Faraz, has been introduced against Ursel, and straight away the ball has been smashed straight down the ground. He's lucky, Rashid, that the fielder at long off was positioned very straight. Talking about Ursel Ali, this has been another magnificent show from the right-handed batter. Another half century to his name, and that too in the final. He has been an unstoppable force for Ibex Knight throughout the tournament. There is a big gap between him, the number of runs that he has scored, and the second best batter in this tournament. This time it's Hashir who goes big on the leg side, and he has connected that well, all right. Second maximum to the left-hander, and the score now moves on to 124 for 2. Over in progress. Sarim Mahmood continuing towards Al Ali, who once again goes big and once again clears the field. He's struggling a bit. He might have pulled his hamstring there, Arsal Ali. He's going to get some support there from his partner, Harsher. But what a knock he has played already. And even while struggling, he has managed to connect the ball so well and to hit the ball outside the ground. Talk about the confidence, talk about the caliber of this batter.
74 हो गए उसके.
He now moves on to 74 with that 6. 133 runs have been scored already for Ibex Knights, and they just now need 18 more runs to win. It's a bit of a formality now for Ibex Knight to just get these remaining runs and lift the trophy of 64 Challenges Corporate Cup. Arsalalagi again coming down the track, dismissing the ball out of his sides. Two bounces and the ball goes to the side screen. He's just dealing in boundaries now, Arsalali. He wants to finish the things off as early as possible. And Mizan Bank Green have absolutely no answer to this onslaught. They have tried many options. The left arm spinner, and nothing is working in their favor. Slightly short again, pulled away there on the leg side. Luckily, the ball is going to go straight to the fielder, a deep square leg. Arsalali, yes, he's struggling with his leg. That's why he's preferring hitting boundaries as many as possible. 138 now. The score moves on to with just 13 more runs needed.
करूं.
Hitting it on the offside, collecting yet another single. Arsalali will just jog for that run. But nothing much is now needed from Ibex Knights' point of view. They are well and truly in the driving seat in this game. Once again, it's the last ball of the over, which has been swept away towards the fielder at deep square leg. So he's going to keep the strike at the start of next over. Ursel. The score now moves on to 140 for 2 after the end of 14 overs, with just 11 more runs needed for Ibex Knight to be crowned as the champions of the 64 Challengers Corporate Cup. Brought back into the attack. Big appeal. The bowler and the wicketkeeper are still in disbelief. He's batting on 80. They just need 11 more runs, so it's a bit of a shame that he won't be able to get to his century. today, Arsalali, but once again it has been a marathon knock from the right-handed batter. He goes big, he goes straight, and he goes over long gone for another maximum. Wow, that was some hit. And they are now within the touching distance of lifting the trophy now. Ibex Knights just need 5 more runs to win. Another magnificent sixes from the right-hander. Looks like the celebrations have already begun in the dugout of Ibex Knights. They know they just need one big hit. And what an occasion that would be if they can come from the bat of Arsalali. It's slightly short again. He has pulled it very well fielded by the fielder down there at long on. So just 4 runs away now, Ibex Knights. This has been a dominant performance. The captain, Tahir, was pretty confident when they decided to bowl first that they will be able to restrict the opposition on a low total, which they did. Hitting it over extra cover. Is these are winning runs?
64th Challengers Corporate Cup powered by Kalo Cricket, another feather in the cap of Challengers Corporate Cup company. We saw a magnificent performance from Ibex Knights, because of which they were emerged as the victorious in the final of the 64 Challengers Corporate Cup. So a big round of applause for the winning side. And a huge round of applause for the runners-up as well, Mizan Bank, who have been a very consistent side, not only in this edition, but in all the editions of the Challengers Cup history. Before we start the presentation ceremony, I would like to call upon stage our guest of honors for today's final, Mr. Zulfikar Ahmed, who is the Vice Chairman of UCA. Zulfikar, if you can come and stand with us on the stage. Mr. Naveed Ahmed, who belongs to KMC. Mr. Naveed, he's here with us as well. Mr. Riaz Ahmed, the Head of Admin in Mizan Bank. And Mr. Ayub Beg as well. I think Mizan Bank was missing Mr. Ayub. He has been a very good player himself. So, a big round of applause and big thanks to the participating teams of the 64 Challengers Corporate Cup, the 8 side who were participating in it. Obviously, the runners of Mizan Bank Green, Ibex Knights, who were the champions, Midas Safety, Bank Islami, who were the qualifiers in the semi-finals, Surti Denim Kind, CDC, PSO, HBL Asset Management. And a big thanks to our title sponsor, Salam Takaful, without whom this tournament would not have been a huge success like it was been, and Kalo Cricket, who have been a regular support for Challengers Corporate Cup. Okay, so the first award is for the match officials, and for that I would like to call upon stage Mr. Murtaza and Azhar to come and collect their award. Mr. Ayub Beg will be handing out their prizes. The next award is for the match scorer, official match scorer of the final, Mr. Imran Ashraf. If you can come forward and collect your award, Mr. Ayub will be giving out the prize to Mr. Imran Ashraf. Okay, so the next award is for the man of the match, the man of this all-important final, and I think it's no surprises. Another magnificent performance at the bat, Arsal Ali with an unbeaten knock. Zulfikar Ahmed, Mr. Zulfikar Ahmed, you will be handing out the man of the match award to Arsal Ali. Arsal, I would like you to come back again because you are also the best batter of the tournament with more than 550 runs. Riyaz bhai, if you can come forward and give the award to Arsal Ali, who is the best batter of the tournament. The next award is for the best bowler of the tournament. Unfortunately, his side couldn't qualify for the final, but he still picked up more number of wickets. Ehsan Javed from Bank Islami for picking up 17 wickets. Mr. Naveed, sir, agar aap ye award Ehsan Javed ko dein, who is the highest wicket taker in this edition of 64 Challengers Corporate Cup. The next award is another big award. This is the Player of the Tournament's award, and with so many runs under his belt. I mean, there was a difference between him and the next batter, and it again goes to Arsal Ali for 550 runs. Naveed bhai, ये award भी आपके हाथ ही Arsal Ali को जाएगा. Arsal, I would like to have a few words with you since you are the man of the tournament. अगर आप यहाँ इस तरफ आ जाएं. Arsal, when your captain decided to bowl first in this all-important final, you knew that you were going to be chasing a huge target. Unfortunately, luckily you didn't get a big target enough. But were you prepared for the target you have to chase?
सर सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह का लाख शुक्र है और प्लान यही था कि उनको जो है वो 170 से नीचे रिस्ट्रिक्ट करें क्योंकि हमारी टेल जो है वो काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो हमारा प्लान यही था कि 170 पे रिस्ट्रिक्ट करके मैच को लंबा करें और शुरू के हम 3-4 जो है काफ़ी कंसिस्टेंटली परफॉर्म करते आ रहे थे तो हमारा प्लान यही था लेकिन हमारे बॉलर्स ने सबसे अच्छा साथ दिया कि हमने कम रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया और पावर प्ले के बाद जो हमने अच्छा यूटिलाइज किया उसको.
Actual conditions थोड़ी सी tricky थी, काफी हवा चल रही थी. Although pitch was favorable for the batting, but looking at your performance throughout the tournament, you were the only batter to have scored 500 runs. और 2 सेंचुरीज भी लगाना, एंड टू स्कोर अ सेंचुरी इन T20 फॉर्मेट इज नॉट एन इजी जॉब.
परफॉर्मेंस हो रही थी विद द बैट कंसिस्टेंटली, और ये भी था कि मेरे साथ जो है मीर बख्तियार ने भी हो दिया था. अगर आप स्टैट्स देखेंगे तो सेकंड हाईएस्ट स्कोरर जो है मीर बख्तियार हैं 300 से. तो यही था कि सबने जो है वो छोटा छोटा रोल डिसाइड किया हुआ था, किसका कितना रोल है 10 ओवर के बाद, किसका कितना रोल है पावर प्ले में किसका. तो इट्स अ टीम वर्क, मेरे एक अकेले की परफॉर्मेंस थी.
Telling Arsenal all the best for the future. It was a wonderful tournament and it was a pleasure to watch you. Now I would like to call upon stage the runners-up captain of Mizan Bank, Mohammad Wasim. If you can come and have few words and also collect your runners-up trophy. Mr. Zulfikar and Mr. Naveed will be handing you your runners-up trophy to Mr. Wasim, the runners-up captain of Mizan Bank Green. वसीम भाई, although you wanted to bat first, which you did, लेकिन कुछ कम रन्स हुए आज फाइनल में.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. बिल्कुल जैसे मैं आपको स्टार्ट में बताया था, जब उन्हें टॉस हम लूज किया था, उन्होंने बैटिंग की दावत दी थी, तो हमारा यही प्लान था कि हम 190 के करीब स्कोर करेंगे. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारा स्कोर कुछ हो नहीं सका और कम हुआ है, बैट्समैन फ्लॉप हो गए. लेकिन फिर भी हमारी कोशिश थी कि 150 भी, क्योंकि हमने 139 भी इस टूर्नामेंट में हमने चेस नहीं करने दिया था. तो हमारी उम्मीद थी कि हम कर लेंगे, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली बॉलर इस तरह बॉल नहीं कर सके और अरसल ने बहुत एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी बैटिंग की. अगर हम अरसल की विकेट ले लेते तो शायद मैच कुछ चेंज हो जाता.
Just look, just even we topped the final, the whole tournament has been a very good tournament for you. In fact, you were on the victorious side when you faced Ibex Knights in the first game of the tournament. और मीज़ान बैंक की अगर हम बात करें तो काफ़ी कंसिस्टेंट टीम है. होपफुली वील सी बेटर परफॉर्मेंस इन द नेक्स्ट एडिशन.
इंशाल्लाह बिल्कुल. हम रेगुलर जो है ये कॉर्पोरेट ये टूर्नामेंट रेगुलर खेल रहे होते हैं. हमारी ए टीम भी खेलती है और हमारी बी टीम भी खेलती है, और ये एक बहुत अच्छा टूर्नामेंट है. मैं आपको अगर बताऊं कि ये टूर्नामेंट है जिसमें हम ब्लाइंडली पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं और इसमें कॉर्पोरेट और बड़ी अच्छी टीमें आती हैं. तो इंशाल्लाह फ्यूचर में भी हमारी टीम आपको एक्शन में नजर आएगी.
All the best, Mr. Wasim. All the best for your future endeavors. And now the winning captain, Tahir Hassan from Ibex Knights, will be collecting his winning trophy. Tahir, if you can come forward. Naveed, Mr. Naveed. Mr. Naveed सर 2 कदम आगे आएंगे और ताहिर भाई को अपनी ट्रॉफी. इनफैक्ट कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन ताहिर भाई. अगर हम टॉस से लेके मैच की आखिरी गेंद तक बात करें तो तकरीबन सारी चीज़ें आपके फेवर में गई. एक लो टोटल पे रिस्ट्रिक्ट भी किया और फिर जिस तरह से अरसल अली ने बैटिंग की और थ्रू आउट द टूर्नामेंट आपने परफॉर्मेंस दी, काफ़ी लाजवाब परफॉर्मेंस देखने को मिली.
अच्छा, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कि हम फाइनल तक क्वालिफाई किया और हमने एक आउटस्टैंडिंग परफॉर्मेंस दी. हमने पिछले 3 फाइनल्स में अगर कोई कन्विंसिंग विक्ट्री की बात करें हम फाइनल्स में, तो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ दी मैच. और उसमें ऑब्वियसली फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम, इवन बॉटम की अगर मैं बात करूं तो मैं स्क्वाड के बॉटम की बात कर रहा हूं कि जो 20 वाला लड़का भी है ना, वो इतना कैपेबल है कि वो प्लेइंग 11 में जगह बना सकता है. ठीक है. और आरिश, बख्तियार, अरसल, हाशिर, अब्दुल्ला मावद, मतलब अभी बैटिंग ऑर्डर बता रहा हूँ और ये बहुत अमेजिंग परफॉर्मर्स हैं. हम इस मैच को बहुत क्लोजली एनालाइज करके आए थे, जैसे कि मैंने आपको शुरू में बताया, और वह स्ट्रेंथ्स पे खेले हम अपनी. और मीज़ान बैंक, क्योंकि हमारी सैलरी भी मीज़ान बैंक में ही आती है, तो मैंने वसीम भाई को यही कहा कि यार इस बार हम जो है ना अकाउंट ब्लॉक हो जाए मगर ये कप हम लेके जाएंगे.
That's the spirit, Tahir bhai. All the best. Congratulations on winning the trophy. Sorry. Okay. बस यही है, बाकी पिक्चर्स होंगी अब. Mizan Bank team, the runners-up team will come here for the photo shoot. The team photograph, which is going to be taken for the runners-up team first. All the guest of honors are going to be here with us. Mizan Bank Green, being the runners-up of the Salam Takaful, presents 64 Challengers Corporate Cup, powered by Khelo Cricket.
Well played, boys, well played. 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 Well played
Thank you so much, Mizan Bank. Now it's time for the winning team, the Ibex Knights, to come here and get ready for the photograph being taken with the champions board in front of them. अगर थोड़े से प्लेयर्स आगे बैठ जाए और थोड़े से प्लेयर्स इस तरह कर्व पे आ जाए, सब बैठ जाए अगर, तो फोटोग्राफ भी अच्छी आ जाएगी एंड यू विल गेट द चैंपियंस बोर्ड विजिबल एज वेल.
बैठ जाए, बैठ जाओ भाई.
DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo.
Thank you so much all the guest of honor, Mr. Naveed Ahmed, Mr. Ayub Bhai, Riyaz Ahmed, and Zulfikar Ahmed for being here with us.
Champion, champion, champion.